Today's archery tip of the day is called the fixed crawl. Several of my friends have been using this technique for quite a few years, and so I decided to give it a try. The idea is that if you're a gap shooter, or even if you're an instinctive shooter and you're having trouble shooting over deer or shooting high, if you're a gap shooter and your gap is really big at those close to deer hunting distances, 10 to 15 yards, and you want to get that tip of that arrow close to the deer itself, this is a great technique that solves that problem for you. So the idea is take your bow out and with the arrows you want and tune it. Just get it shooting great, and then what you want to do is go just below your bottom nock indicator point and tie on another center serving. I just take center serving there and tie it on. Start about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch below it. Tie it on loosely so you can twist it up and down to adjust how far below that bottom nock indicator you are. Once you get it on there, knock between your nock indicators just like normal, but instead of putting your tab or your glove up under the arrow, slip down the string and just slide up to that nock indicator. You'll be able to feel it in the dark even. You just slide up till you bump it, there it is, and then draw the bow and shoot it normally with the arrow knocked up here but your hand down here. It's just like a string walking crawl, but it's a fixed crawl. So set it out there, go to your target, shoot it, get it to where your point of your arrow is right on the spot you want to hit. So I start about a 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch, put it there, put the tip on the target, shoot it, see where it impacts. If I'm still shooting high over the top of where I want to impact, then I just lower it some and bring my arrow down until I can point right at the spot I want to hit on a deer at the ranges I'm wanting to shoot a deer, and then I'll tie this thing in hard. Works great. All you have to do is execute the shot as normal, but this time you've got your point on the deer wherever you go, and you don't have to worry about those high shots anymore. Let's give it a try out here on the range. Okay, so this is how it works. All I do is knock my arrow just like normal. I got my indicator there. I put my tab on the string below it, slide it up to it, that or your glove, however you shoot it. Just slide it up there and shoot the shot like normal, except now my point's going to be right on the spot I want to hit on these animals. So let's take a look at these. We got a wolf and a deer there at a decent hunting distance shot. Just execute the shot as normal. Put it on there, slide up to the point. You can feel that almost in the dark there. So at any range right in here, I'm just about point on. So here are 3 deer at decent bow hunting range shots. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm up here on the tree stand at about 20 feet up. So we'll shoot this closest deer to us in the bottom left first. I just go to that crawl, put my point on it. Now we'll go to the next deer facing to the left there. Same thing, I go to my crawl. And finally the deer out there at about 20 yards. Same thing, feeding deer right at where I want to hit. So you say, well, what about that once in a lifetime buck that comes in out there at 25 or 30 yards, and now I've got a point on at 20 yards and he's just outside my range. What do I do now? Well, you ought to be able to still practice and stack just a little bit. So now we're going to put the point just a little bit above center, but not much. Hey, this is a great technique. I hope you give it a try.